All right. We don't need that, do we?
A lot of dust is coming out.
Aluminum dust?
Okay.
Nice. Thanks, pal. I went like that for now. But it sounds better. Rap, rap. Us. Hold on. Over here. Over here. Today is the day, folks. No more auto. It's the last time I do that. Today is the day. Here we go. Get this freaking auto out of here, huh? Auto number 2 for this car. It has done its job, for sure. So, here's where we are at now. There's our stock Lexus drive shaft. There is our Nissan 6-speed drive shaft out of a G35 sedan, because the sedan is steel and 2-piece. A lot of them can be carbon fiber, so you got to watch that. So what I'm doing is using front half. I'm staying 2-piece, so I'll probably have to go back to the carrier bearing on the Lexus, but I'll adapt obviously to CD009 Nissan. This is actually a JK41, so same but different. And then we've got our, so this is part of the Auto Sport Engineering adapter kit, is the Flywheel. And then this is our South Bend clutch. There's our auto that came out. And here is our Nissan 6-speed. Auto Sport Engineering adapter, cut the bell, the stock J2 A650E bell housing. And then it uses a T56 slave. I went ahead and bought the clutch line kit from Autosport Engineering also. They have you take out the stupid quick disconnect deal, and it just goes straight to AN, which is nice. This is the bleeder, so that just stays factory. And yeah, I cut off a couple ears and shit just on the tranny. I'm going to go ahead and do a remain seal while I'm here, because it's been leaking a little bit, even though it's literally got like a couple thousand miles on it. But I guess that's just how it goes. So I got a better one. And so yeah, that's where we're at. And also I am using the FinFab shifter. So that was $250. I'll have it all together once it's in the car and kind of show you how that goes. I also wanted to show the Flywheel a little closer. This is custom, and it lets you run the off-the-shelf Nissan, so like the clutch for this trans, you can run just a 350Z, 370Z, G35, G37, all that clutch. So bigger surface than say a W series, W55, W58. The original adapter I was looking for used a W series clutch, because it used the W series flywheel too, and I'm like, oh cool, an off-the-shelf flywheel, not a custom one. But try to find a W series clutch that handles power. You won't. Unless you're spending thousands. So yeah, another good thing is that this flywheel is not heavy at all, and it's not 4 inches freaking thick the way that you'll run into with a sandwich adapter. So really happy with it so far. It should work great, and it uses an off-the-shelf Fidanza friction surface for, I think it's 70, 80 bucks. So the flywheel itself is custom, but friction surface is off the shelf, the clutch is off the shelf, so I feel like it's a really good option. So as installation is going here, here's what I discovered. Here's the bolts that come for Flywheel. They're 10 by 125, they're Allen, and they're about 25 long. So there is how much thread engagement there is. It's only about 4, it's not that much. So I couldn't really find torque specs. There wasn't a good instructions on it. Stock is like 32 or 34 plus 90 degree because it's torque to yield. ARP is 90, so I just figured 50, and I was going with 50, and it started pulling threads out a little bit. It was like 48, 48, 48, and then no. And honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing less than 50 anyways, because I've heard of numerous people shearing flywheel bolts and whatnot. So I went ahead and ran to the the fucking hardware store, and I got some flange bolts, because the other thing that concerned me, if you notice, I got washers on here, right? I realize that's going to take out a small amount of thread engagement, but look at how it would engage, like how it would seat if you didn't have a washer. Like that is straight retarded. You got steel on aluminum there, and that's how much it would be sitting on, you know? So a washer would sit in there much better and, you know, seat pressure a lot better. So I went ahead and got flange bolts. I wish they had higher grade. This is 10.9. That's the highest grade that they had, but it's a flange bolt, so it disperses the seating pressure a lot better, and it should hold my power better, and it's a 30 long, so it engages much more thread. I went ahead and measured, and it's about 33 before you bottom out, so you can fit a 30 in there just fine. So yeah. See, like, that's a better view on how much like flange area you would have sitting down on the flywheel. That is not enough, dude. That's why I opted to do flat washers. And the stock flywheel bolts are too short, so you can't use stock ones. So here's our stock ones here. They're flange bolts. So yeah, overall they make a pretty good product, but their hardware selection sucks. Now this is a perfect opportunity to show how I cut down bolts. Here's a quick and easy way to do it. Put a nut on it, cut that bitch down. So we're even on length. Now you need to taper it. Now that it's tapered, you gotta clean it up so it'll thread off. Okay, so I just wire wheeled it. Now it should just come off with your fingers, but this chases the threads. Yeah. And now we got 30s. Ooh. There you go. That's what you like. And cut, cut, cut. All right. Cutting here and here. Yep. Fucking punched in with porta power, son of a bitch. Alright. In case you guys were wondering, you have to cut that much of the shifter hole out. There's factory right there. And then you have to bash the shit out of the tunnel. And now I'm gonna cut some of the tunnel. Right freaking, can you see it? Right there. Lots and lots of bashing, porta power, hammer, and now cutting. It's a lot. wires because I was careful. But yeah, cutting that tunnel. See why? Look how narrow it gets there. Oh man, there is a transmission hanging in my car. It's up that high with the shifter. Obviously I need to make a cross member mount, but there's no jack supporting it. And I had to cut my tunnel up. It's hard to see, but yeah, that's the inside of my car. It is cut up pretty good to get it to fit. Oh yeah. So I was using Barney purple paint to mark where I needed to hammer out at. But yeah, so, and we used the porta power and freaking spread this shit out a lot. It even punched in a little bit there. I'll have to clean that up, but to get the starter relief when you're installing the transmission, like, it has to come back a lot, and so we had to make room in the tunnel, you know? So yeah, but it is now bolted up, and even cutting out the tunnel, it's still kind of a ground clearance issue. Like, it's a fat tranny, dude. So it's about an inch lower than the frame rails, as you can see. So luckily I don't have my car stupid low, but this is a fat trans, you know? But that's what you get with a power handling 6-speed. So yeah.